Blessed be all of my Gemini people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because that way you'll know exactly when all of my other videos on this channel come out, such as my weekly forecasts and all my special astrology videos and all my other special videos that I put out here. So what's going on when it comes to your month? Well, the first half of the month is very intensely influenced by this Sun and Mercury combo in Aquarius, which is your ninth house of expansion, growth, big moves, big travel opportunities, official matters, and even publicity. And for a lot of you, this is going to be a month where you really get out of a lot of familiar patterns, a lot of familiar bubbles, and situations where maybe you have been a bit trapped or have maybe worn too deep of a groove. With the Sun and Mercury together, this is a time where a lot of you Gemini people are getting a chance to take a lot on the road, especially when it comes to maybe even forging some strong connections or even getting some kind of important plan or project elevated to become more valuable to yourself. Attention from people that are going to be most valuable are coming your way. There's the speeding up of a lot of maybe big contracts or big official matters or maybe big business matters that have been overdue for completion, and the closing of the distance between yourself and any kind of distant goals or distant contacts that you would like to be closer to. So very, very strong energy to start off. Very lofty as well. Venus is also entering Aries, your 11th house of friendships, your support system, and community. And with Venus here, this is a time where you are benefiting a lot from important generosity, acts of generosity, as well as important favors, and even deepened connections with your friends, with your support system, with your crew. With Venus in your 11th house, this is a time where you could be the beneficiary of a lot of important gifts and important actions taken by people that directly and indirectly seem to lift you up. People are acting more involved on your behalf, and you may even also notice some very important environmental changes going on around yourself because of the generous actions and favors of friends. And when it comes to love and romance, you may be finding this is bringing a lot more adventure into your relationships and into your love life as well, becoming more socially active, becoming more outgoing. And there could even be an opportunity for a lot of you single and available Gemini people to explore a love connection through a member of your community or a community that you're a part of. We have Jupiter turning direct in your sign, which is also a really, really big turn for this month. We've got a couple of very important turns, but this is a big one. And that is with Jupiter finally kind of getting the show on the road after a very slow kind of doddering period this last 4 months. So Jupiter retrograde has, again, over the last 4 months been taking you on a bit of a trip when it comes to looking at opportunities, important connections, buried treasure in your backyard, as well as maybe even golden roads that you may or may not have recognized for what they are. This is a time where, I often say with Jupiter retrograde periods, we are shown where the buried treasure in our own backyard is, what we need to understand better about what we may have slept on, overlooked, misvalued, or misjudged, or misunderstood, because it can actually be something quite important, maybe even pivotal for our success or our, just the quality of life in general. Well, for you, this has been a big deal because Jupiter retrograde in your sign, it's all about you. It's your personal story. It's your personal journey, your independent roads, your personal projects, as well as, your goals for your own life story. And so over the course of February, especially mid-February going forward, a lot of you are going to be seeing that important, maybe again, doors that were swinging open, resources, or important people that were reconnected or reintegrated in your life over the course of the last 4 months are starting to show up in a stronger, more prominent way in your life. And because Jupiter, once direct, goes back into his main focus of expansion, prosperity, and good fortune, you and everything that you have reintegrated are in for a hell of a good ride, especially when it comes to maybe some important things that were forced to stay small or compartmentalized, becoming more prominent, becoming more wealthy or more healthy or more loving, more successful. Just be ready for it. Mid-month, we also have an important transition with a full moon in Leo forming a tense square with Uranus in Taurus. And this spells an important transition an important transition, I should say, that breaks a static or stalled condition. So for you, this full moon is landing square in your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, contracts, and any kind of collaborations and that kind of thing. And so whenever we have a full moon in the third house, there is the ending of a commitment, the ending of a contract, a professional relationship, some kind of obligation or connection, or something that has been binding or controlling us in some way, or something that we have been obligated to in some way. Now, this is going to be forming, again, a tense square to Uranus in Taurus, your 12th house of the past, private matters, things that you might be having going on in secret, hidden opportunities, shortcuts, as well as old business. And whenever we have this kind of square, we see a very important good transition, whether it's affecting one or both houses here. And again, it is ending a static or stalled condition in your life. This could wrap up or end some kind of agreement, commitment, or contract that has been maybe stalling you out or forcing you to maybe conduct your life a certain kind of way that has been maybe stalled out. Or this could also be the elimination of some kind of difficult, looming, or even oppressive old business that has been a problem for you and yours. Whatever the case is, it's a good thing, but it could be very stressful because, again, it is forcing a static or stalled condition to come to an end. We also have the Sun and Mercury, as well as a new moon, lighting up your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, promotions, and raises in the second half of the month. And this is a time where a lot of you could be hitting a really strong new stride in terms of your earning power, your professional, commercial, and business presence. With the new moon here, this could be a time where a lot of you are getting a chance to start maybe new jobs, new roles, or with the Sun and Mercury, find that maybe a business opportunity, an income avenue, or maybe a work path or work ladder is starting to accelerate in terms of moving you up. And you are all of a sudden more comfortable, becoming a bit more of a big Gemini on campus. And for those of you who work for yourselves, who've been thinking of working for yourselves, you're definitely getting a chance to make a new and very prominent and very good name for yourself going into March. And finally, we've got Mars turning direct in Cancer, your second house of income, employment, and security. This is the other big turn of the month. And with Mars retrograde here, this last little while, a lot of you may have found that a lot of work processes or a lot of financial negotiations have been kind of going in circles, or maybe it's kind of felt like there just really hasn't been enough energy, enough oomph behind a lot of initiatives to really kind of get out of a stuck condition here. But with Mars turning direct in this part of your chart, be prepared. Action, energy, drive, and passion are going to be the name of the game. And as we move on through February and into March, it's time for some maybe overdue overtime. So that is what I've got for you, Gemini. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.